Hi there, this is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com, here with match number, this would be number 2, with playing on a budget with the Meletis Astronomer deck. No, we'd not like to mulligan this. Again, this is going to be the problem with Eidolon Countless Battles, I think, is we're more like running 16 creatures, not 20, so I might need up the count in creatures, but if we do that, it's got to be an enchantment creature, I think, to really get the value out of. So maybe like a Shieldmate or a Hypnotic Siren, just something we can throw out first turn. Now, I don't like to see a Temple of Malady, as I'm thinking we're going against mono black, but I think post sideboard, mono black is a matchup we can actually win. So, didn't like to see that land. Wow, the lands today. We'll put the Meletis Astronomer on top. I think it's a good enough card to keep on top. I mean, we have a decent hand against mono black. If he pack rats here, we could be in a bit of an issue. And he does pack rat. But, I mean, Detention Sphere, if he wants to go that route with Detention Sphere, we can just win that way. And if he decides to do a non-pack rat activation, and I might just end up pack ratting Detention Sphere or Banishing Light the pack rat anyway this turn, or this next turn, as it will allow him to keep having to go the pack rat route, and then we have another Banishing Light the following turn after that. So we'll see what really ends up transpiring here. Yeah, I do believe that it's just going to be... Ooh, that actually does change things. Not really. I do think that it's just going to be Banishing Light. And if he wants to discard something relevant to the pack rat, which he does, and we can continue to... Just keeping these pack rats low and making him go all in on pack rat might be just the absolute best thing in the world. Yeah, we get rid of Nightveil Spectre, which would have been hard for us to deal with. So I'm going to put it on the token pack rat, because you can get this pack rat back if he decides to Abrupt Decay it. And maybe I should have attacked in first. I highly doubt he would have blocked, though. So again, I'm going to get in for 1. I'll be the aggro deck. And next turn we have a few plays that we can actually go. And I'm glad that he did that. I think that was so worth it, that he thinks the pack rats are going to get in there. One Detention Sphere and he's done. So I hope he tries to go all in on pack rat. I hope he tries to get me for 2 here. And discards a pack rat token. Yeah, because this allows me just to set up a Hero's Downfall. So he's all in on the pack rat strategy. I hope to punish him for it, as we get yet again another Banishing Light. So I think the right line of play is to Aqueous Form on our Meletis Astronomer and hopefully find a Detention Sphere. We find an Eidolon of Countless Battles, which is awesome. We do... Whoops. Got to untap here. Get another Banishing Light. Do throw on this pack rat. And this allows us to scry as well. Daxos. At this point, I do not believe that Daxos is going to be a relevant threat. But he's... Yeah, and I do think a land is even better. So we'll see what he ends up going here. I mean, again, if he decides to go Hero's Downfall on our Meletis Astronomer, we've already got value out of it, and then we can just kill off the pack rat and be done with them. And he can Abrupt Decay at any time, too. I mean, he's in decent shape. I'm in decent shape. Maybe Daxos actually would have been the right play to put in, because I forgot about the life gain. And he's still going that pack rat route. So let's see what Monster Underworld Connection. This is just amazing. I will take this trade all day long. So I'm going to be able to... Ooh, that's beautiful. That was a beautiful card. Hidden Strings on the Meletis Astronomer. And our nice little temple here. Grab a Banishing Light. No, we'd not like to tap Meletis, and yes, we'd like to untap the Temple. Yes, we'd like to Cipher on Mr. Meletis. And now, again, it's just going to be Banishing Light on the Pack Rat. We're going to scry one. I'm going to put that on the bottom just because I want to... It's going to get scried away anyway. With Hidden Strings. So Hidden Strings is going to untap the Temple and the Astronomer. And we get the Armor. And at this point, I do not believe we throw the Ethereal Armor on the Astronomer, as the Astronomer now is in prime position to get Abrupt Decayed. He gets a Mutavault, but he's starting to get a little bit thin on cards. Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't go that route. It looks like he's going to be going for another Pack Rat. I think that's what he would do. But I think I Banishing Light it. But now I'm getting a little bit. But what does he drop? No, if he's just going to decide to go... But now he has no way to activate his Pack Rat. So now I can say that Mr. Pack Rat is finally dealt with. So now we are into a top deck war. I do have the card advantage. I can deal with anything. Okay, well, let's just do another Pack Rat then. I'm going to let him go all in on the Pack Rat strategy. I'm going to try to put an Eidolon of Countless Battles out. And Ethereal Armor it. Yep, I think that's the right play, so no. And he's huge now. So yes, if he has another Abrupt Decay, yes, if he has those type of cards, we're just going to chalk that up as, being outdrawn. Oh, wow. This is lovely. So here, what do I do? I kind of want him just to go all out on a Pack Rat strategy. Well, we'll scry, see what we have up on top here. Put that on the bottom. I do believe this is the right play. And Ordeal of Thassa. If he's got the removal, I don't want to waste it. I want Ordeal of Thassa a way to get back in this, because he's on a 2-turn clock no matter what here. He's down to an 8. 2 cards in hand. Even if he's got like an Abrupt Decay for the Detention Sphere, he won't be able to activate the Pack Rats. Look at this guy. Banishing Lights versus Pack Rats. So now he's definitely got a block here. I think Ordeal of Thassa is the right route. Ooh, this is getting scary, though, a Detention Sphere on the Pack Rat. If he just blocks with a Mutavault here. Yeah, Ordeal of Thassa on the Eidolon of Countless Battles. See if he's got the Hero's Downfall. He's just going to discard a card. Nope, Hero's Downfall. Ouch. That really does hurt. And now any subsequent land he's just going to put under the Pack Rat. And I'm sure he actually activates Mutavault and drops a Pack Rat. So I'm still going to end up losing a Pack Rat. 4 Pack Rats. And all these activations of Pack Rats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had to deal with 6, 7 Pack Rats this turn. But the activation on the Mutavault, no, he's still got 2 mana up. And we draw a lousy Plains. I believe we have to be the proactive one. Let's see where this puts us at with Ethereal Armor. Does it put us at 8? Puts us at a 9, so yes, we do want to attack in. So that way he does have to block. And let's see how he does it here. Going to go the Mutavault route, and he's going to block with the Mutavault. And he's just probably going to try to ping me down with 1 Pack Rat. But we still have Detention Sphere 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4 in the deck. Interesting decides just to play that. He's going to get in there for 6 here. Wonder if it's Grey Merchant's the last card in his hand. Yes, it's Grey Merchant for 3. But Detention Sphere. Ugh. Well, that happens. That happens. I mean, I can't really think of a more perfect draw our mono black could actually draw into. As now, no matter how he does it, we're going to end up losing this one. I mean, we block it. Yep, he tacks in. So anyway, we will go on to the sideboard, and oh, look at these lands. Hidden Strings would actually, yeah, Hidden Strings would have done it. No, it wouldn't have. No. We would have had to draw into something, a Detention Sphere there. Would have been what we would have had to draw into. So, the cards that I don't like, I really don't like this Ordeal of Thassa. Anything that actually get 2 for 1 here. We're going to go into more of a God's Willing strategy here. And I don't think Ajani's Presence. I think God's Willing is fine. And maybe the Auramancers. If there's any deck that Auramancers are good against, it's this. As we'll be able to get back the Banishing Lights. And at this point, I think its Eidolon of Countless Battles are great. The Fabled Heroes are probably the weak link here. And maybe 1 Battlewise Hoplite. Or maybe just the Favored Hoplites are the weak links here. And we'll put back in the Fabled Hero and the Battlewise Hoplites. Yeah, I'm gonna decide not to go for a 1-drop. Other than our enchantments are quite low now. But I do still think it's worth it for the Meletis Astronomer. And maybe I should go down on Hidden Strings and Meletis Astronomer and back up on... I think Daring Theif is good here. I can't trade it for like an Aura. It doesn't work. As the Aura is already... Well, I still gain control of that though. So he won't be able to tap it, right? If I swap the Aura, yeah, I do believe that Daring Theif is worth it to bring it in. So I'm going to go ahead and take out 1 more Fabled Hero, put in the Daring, and this is probably the best I can think of. Yes, we'd like to play first. Very, very fine hand. Banishing Light, Banishing Light. We have a Battlewise Hoplite. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Hallowed Fountain. And let's see if he doesn't draw every pack rat. Now watch, now that we have another hand that can deal with pack rat, he's not going to draw a pack rat and beat us down with other stuff. So we'll go with Battlewise Hoplite next turn. And hopefully get it hooked up with an Ethereal Armor. Probably he's dead. I mean, he can Ultimate Price it, he can Doomblade it, he can do a lot of other shenanigans to it. Duress isn't the worst card in the world. He uses his turn, and it's going to get him a Banishing Light. He cannot grab an Ethereal, or he can grab the Ethereal Armor. And he might actually go out and try his luck with that. But if we draw into one more land, we're good. With the Banishing Lights. Yeah, he probably does take the Ethereal Armor here. Now he takes a Banishing Light, and I'm sure he'll drop, okay, a Guildgate. So I'm going to Ethereal Armor here, get in for 3, and scry something off the top. So we actually do need that. I'm glad he didn't decide to get the Ethereal Armor, because I'm going to scry everything away but a land, and even going to scry this guy to the bottom, even though he's really good, because we need that land. And this is going to get in for 4. Unfortunately, I'm thinking we just might, it's going to die to like a Hero's Downfall or something, as we did not have a way to protect it. But that will use his turn, and hopefully we can put out another threat. Auramancer will actually get back a Banishing Light eventually when we draw to that land, so now we're having the exact same problem. Opposite problem we had last game of getting a little bit too flooded with... Yeah, it's going to be Hero's Downfall. Alright, well, we're so far behind now. Underworld Connections on a Mutavault. I do believe that it is worth it to Banishing Light that. We will see if we can actually draw into a land. We did not get the land. Oh, magic. 4 draws and we can't hit a land. And that pretty much seals our fate, as we need to keep card advantage up. I mean, the only way that we get back in this is if he just gets flooded beyond flooded with cards. And now he can duress away another Banishing Light and eventually get into that pack rat. So knowing our luck, we'll draw into a Temple next turn and not be able to do anything. So yep, he does take the second Banishing Light. But we do have a double Banishing Light hand here. And he's got Thoughtseize. Oh yeah. Well, he's down to 13. If he doesn't draw into the Grey Merchant, we could be okay. And he takes the Auramancer this time, which is smart. So see if we can draw into that land. We do not, and not even another 2-drop. Ay. So 6 draws, basically, because we scried one of them away. No land. This is what is so frustrating about MTGO, is the true random. So you do see a ton more. This coming from an experienced paper player and an experienced MTGO player. You see a ton more of this in MTGO than you do in Paper Magic. This either no lands or all lands. And I think he's using a Grey Merchant here. Yeah, that's a great draw because it allows him to put pressure. I'm not going to Banishing Light that. I still need to Banishing Light the Underworld. Okay, well, I think I end up God's willing just to hit a land. And he forgot an Underworld Connections trigger there. That actually helps. I'm going to God's willing on his Grey Merchant just to try to hit a land. Oh, target creature I control. Oh no, I can't even do that. So yeah, he's got me with pack rats. Yeah, nothing I can do here. He's going to kill me with pack rats. So best case scenario is I can draw into a land And then what I'm going to do is Banishing Light, the Unreal Connections. Which I'm sure just gets Abrupt Decayed. Well, this would be a totally different game 4 draws ago. We could have handled that. And again, the next best thing we can do is, and if he goes into all-out pack rat strategy, is we take the pack rats with the Detention Sphere. But I mean, he can do some insane amount of damage next turn. Still has 4 cards in his hand. Okay, he's just going to Abrupt Decay that and attach it back to a swamp. So he actually gets to put it on a better target, but we had to try. Again, next turn, if we do end up drawing a land, we might be okay, because we can Fabled Hero and protect it with God's Willing, but still 3 cards left in his hand. We are looking very dire, especially with the pack a Desecration Demon. So we'll land one time. It's an Auramancer. It's not going to do it. We're so far behind. I'm just going to concede this and chalk this up. It's just one of those variance draws. Where are lands? I mean, there's 2 of them, but wow. Maybe we do need to go higher land count. But again, if you draw more than 6 lands, this deck is very hard to function. So, yeah, again, Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com, or, excuse me, with GatheringMagic.com. Really unlucky. 4 pack rats, first game. And no lands this game. Thanks for watching.